We started our company in the era that AI was not a very hot topic. Yep. So it was very, very difficult to raise any funding. So we basically gave up to raise external funding roughly 10 to 12 years ago. We didn't also plan to raise any VC fund. Okay. It was actually a coincidence that we bumped into Sequoia Capital in Singapore. They just established a Singapore office, and then we bumped into them. And then, ironically, what is really interesting is when I met them, a guy named Carl, I didn't know what Sequoia Capital was. I went back to search on Google and found them invest in Google. I searched Sequoia Capital. Sequoia Capital is early investor of Google. So I was very surprised, wow, this is such an important VC. And our first pitch meeting was even more funny because they invite us, we have an important partner flying in town. Do you want to talk to us? I was, all the staff want to talk to them, right? I was thinking about it because I didn't recognize the name back then, although I was too naive. And then we eventually went to the meeting without any preparation. It turned out to be a good result. Maybe we are so unprepared, and so we talked very naturally. And then they were quite impressed by I know they have met many teams that day, and then we were last meeting. I think someone canceled it, so we filled in that slot. So and we didn't have a deck. So that was our first interaction. So along the way, we are fortunate to have a lot of good investors help us. But I think most important tip for all the entrepreneurs is number one, building a business is not for raising money. Building a business is building the value. And the investment, when you have value, and money will come. And then you always want to make sure that you have sufficient focus on your business and really deliver and build a business that create values. And then secondly, pick really great partners that can help you a lot. Big partner, because they not only provide, I think the shareholder not only provide you the money, but at the same time they are also like a private company. Those investors will stick with you for a long time, right? So this is a very long journey. You want someone that really can be helpful for you in the process. And because of third is also when you raise money, you also need to this is who to raise from, and the timing is also very important. And you also want to do it in a timing that is most efficient. For example, someone, if you spend a lot of time pitching every day, then that's probably not very efficient, right? So then you have very little converts. You also need to find the time period of the time in the market at the same time for yourself. What is the right timing for raising capital? I think these are three aspects I believe that's very important. I think it's always when you look at your team, because we do enterprise software, right? So we need to be able to build a product and know the technology. And if at this point of time you feel like a business how to build the sales, so for example, sales team is something you are really lacking, then you can also through the investment to complement that capability. If that investor have the ability and also experience of doing so. So it's also, you can pretty much look at it as that you are building a team that to complement the capability you are lacking. So fundraising process, you cannot expect like a VC that will really help you to close deal, right? But they know inside how, they know what kind of sales organization will help you to win. This kind of high level concept, but execution still need to rely on entrepreneurs. So at least you can pretty much not only raise money, but also use your cap table to build your advisory board. Really, investing in activities really has no border. So we also talk to Japanese VCs such as Jeffco and SoftBank. They're also world-class investors. So there's really no borders. That's also our company culture. We don't try to attribute everything because of nationality difference. That, for example, in our company, we wouldn't say that Japanese companies do this and that, and US guy doesn't do. We attribute to people's personality difference, not really the nationality difference. Because in this way, then you can really have a much borderless operation as well. So the whole company is a one team. And then that's also how we look at investors. Investors have different, they focus on different stage, they have different strengths.